Greetings. No, that is not the moniker of some new musical ensemble, but rather the information that has recently come to light regarding Doria Ragland, the mother of Harry's wife, and her consumption of intoxicating substances. It is known from previously revealed information about Doria that she habitually ingested such substances in the past, and it may be that she persists in this behavior. In addition, there persists uncertainty regarding a period of time when she was not present in Harry's wife's life, with some hypothesizing that it was related to offenses against the tax code, while others have suggested it was linked to drug-related crimes, and that she was incarcerated during this time. Again, the precise nature of events is speculative. What we do know for certain is that she was absent. I have elucidated elsewhere that Doria Ragland also exhibits narcissistic tendencies. Examining her actions and behaviors over time supports this conclusion when looking at various indicators such as acting with an overdeveloped sense of entitlement, lack of emotional empathy, refusal to accept accountability for her choices, exhibitions of grandiosity, haughty behaviors, various manipulative tactics, poor recognition of interpersonal boundaries, and of course various aspects demonstrating the narcissistic mentality. The evidence supports the determination that she too is a narcissist. The information that has emerged was uncovered on Reddit, on the St. Harry's Wife thread, and an individual posting anonymously on another thread had their material reposted to the Reddit thread. I leave it to you to evaluate the veracity of this information. However, as is frequently the case, narcissists do engage in unscrupulous behaviors, so the very fact that she is a narcissist generally lends credibility to the information being disclosed. It does not automatically follow that just because someone is a narcissist, that means they will be a substance abuser. There are many non-narcissist substance users. Again, infidelity is commonly observed in the behaviors of narcissists. Non-narcissists also engage in adultery, but it is more prevalent among narcissists. Just because someone strays, that does not render them a narcissist. One must examine a range of other behaviors over an extended time period. Nevertheless, it is common for narcissists to behave unfaithfully. They repeatedly lie, they steal, they avoid contributing financially, they take advantage of others. Of course, some narcissists hold good jobs, but bully coworkers. Therefore, narcissism manifests in various forms, as my extensive work has explained. Thank you. The post goes on to state the following. So on Easter Monday, I encountered an old companion of mine, writes Anonymous. She is somewhat well known due to her work, but honestly that is immaterial to me. However, because of her work she has various friends, contacts, and colleagues across industries. So what I've heard is that Doria and Harry do not get along at all, not one iota. Pausing there, this would not necessarily be startling. Why? Because Doria, as a narcissist, needs to assert control over Harry, and certain behaviors of his will threaten that control. Therefore, she regards him as troublesome and consequently treats him poorly. For example, if he refuses to do something she wants, that challenges her control, and as the type of narcissist she is, she will likely verbally assault him. It is also likely she will triangulate Harry against his wife, such as threatening to inform Harry's wife about things he did or did not do, or even going to Harry's wife and complaining about Harry. Remember, because Harry is in constant devaluation, and because Harry's wife only deals with her mother periodically, it is more probable she will see her mother favorably and Harry unfavorably. Thus, in situations where Doria complains to Harry's wife about Harry, it is likely Harry's wife will side with her mother. Some of you may find that unexpected, thinking she would be more inclined to back up her husband. However, the fact is, Harry will invariably be portrayed negatively. Not constantly, but much of the time, her mother less so. As an accessory she only occasionally interacts with, she is less prone to see her in a negative light. Instead, she is more likely to believe what her mother says in order to assert control over her mother through agreement, and then assert control over Harry by saying something like, "What have you done now? How dare you upset my mother?" and so on. Accordingly, Doria Ragland's narcissism will recognize the ability to pit her daughter against Harry, and will repeatedly do so. The post continues explaining that Doria and Harry's wife are awful and outright abusive to him. My friend knows one of their close companions, who is also very dismayed by Harry's behavior and is furious with him. But Doria and Harry's wife know not to leave visible marks. However, they are not foolish and have sneakily obtained evidence of Harry being threatening and retaliating. Intoxicated Harry's wife has a loose tongue. No surprise, of course, to learn they both mistreat and outright abuse him. After all, they are both narcissists and will engage in devaluing behaviors toward him. Harry, as a strong narcissist, is the only one who has ever seen the real Harry. He is the only one who has ever seen the genuine Harry. Therefore, there will be times, especially when enduring repeated devaluations, that his strong narcissistic traits of pride, anger, argumentativeness will cause him to fight back. And when he does, typical of the narcissist, it is then used against him. "Why are you mistreating me, Harry? Why are you being threatening? You have an issue. You're using drugs again, aren't you?" The narcissist edits out their own fault. The movie starts halfway through. Harry is only reacting to how he is treated. The manipulations he receives from both Doria and Harry's wife. However, when it comes to subjugating him and neutralizing the threat to control when he fights back, he is labeled the protagonist. He is called the perpetrator. He is blamed as the problem. And in this situation, he is portrayed as difficult. I don't know what to do. I don't want to be accused of that. Harry undoubtedly has been repeatedly filmed by both Doria and Harry's wife, and there is footage showing him having temper tantrums, possibly making threats, likely while intoxicated, that has been captured to assert control over him. But later, when narcissism decrees further control is needed over him, those past events will be dredged up. Remember the types of narcissists Harry's wife and Doria are. They don't actually sit and plot, "Let's provoke Harry and record it." Rather, when he starts to lose control, they will record it to nullify the threat to control in that moment. That material then exists, and later, when he invariably challenges their sense of control, narcissism states, "We need to eliminate this threat. What do we have in our bag of tricks? Oh look, we have evidence of him having a rage attack from a couple months ago. Let's bring up the past and use it against him now." Accordingly, it is unsurprising if this disclosure is accurate that they are mistreating him in this way. Remember, the photos and footage that will undoubtedly appear in the Netflix documentary were taken by Doria. Therefore, she likely wanders around regularly with a camera or video recording device on her phone, capturing these snippets on a regular basis. I suspect there is a substantial catch of evidence that when edited a certain way, makes Harry look like the problem. But there are further disclosures. The information states Doria acts like it is her house in Montecito, demonstrating a sense of entitlement and lack of boundary awareness, and is a little dictator who thrives on drugs. My friend says what she heard is Doria deliberately introduced Harry to things like psychedelics, and because of her he is so dependent on substances. Harry's wife just does simpler drugs like cocaine, marijuana, etc. Again, I leave it to you to judge the accuracy of this. We know, of course, Harry has admitted to using drugs, and we also know from other evidence Doria has used them too. So it would hardly be startling if she continues to and provides Harry a ready supply of certain mind-altering psychedelics and other intoxicants. This not only impacts Harry's day-to-day capabilities, eroding his ability to think straight, and remember, he is not the most astute individual to begin with. If he is under the influence and being manipulated, his capability to escape all this is severely impaired. Furthermore, this creates more evidence to demonstrate he is an unfit person at the point of separation, so that ensuing legal proceedings around divorce and child custody can be used against him. It also shows the hypocrisy of Harry's wife purporting to be a good mother. If she is in fact taking drugs presently, the influence of her mother is such that it is negatively impacting Prince Harry. Yet she does not care because she is a narcissist, driven like any narcissist to pursue prime objectives. Again, with her, she is oblivious to what is occurring. She sees Harry as a problem, therefore adversely affects him. Also remember, she will do this to curry favor with her daughter. She will see Prince Harry's usefulness has basically expired and her daughter is the one with money, power, influence. Similarly motivated by those things, Doria is likely to ingratiate herself with her daughter, assist her daughter, portraying Prince Harry negatively to gain her daughter's approval, and thus access those things I mentioned. It creates an almighty mess for Harry. Notwithstanding he is not very bright to start with, he is assaulted by his own emotional thinking, and if this information is accurate, repeated drug use on top of that. He is caught in a vice, with Doria on the left, Harry's wife on the right. Stuck in between, he does not know what to do. The narcissistic personalities of Harry's wife and Doria are such that they do not deliberately plot things like, let's provoke Harry and record it. Rather, when he starts losing control, they will record it in that moment to nullify the threat to their sense of control. This material then exists, and later when Harry invariably challenges their control again, narcissism decrees, we need to eliminate this threat. What do we have in our bag of tricks? Oh look, we have evidence of Harry's rage attack from a couple months ago. Let's dredge up the past and use it against him now. Accordingly, it is unsurprising if this disclosure is accurate that they are mistreating Harry in this manner. Recall the photos and footage which will undoubtedly appear in the Netflix documentary were captured by Doria. Therefore, she likely roams around regularly with a camera or video recording device on her phone, documenting these snippets constantly. I suspect there exists a substantial trove of evidence that when edited a certain way, portrays Harry as the problem. But there are additional revelations. The information states Doria acts as if it is her house in Montecito, exhibiting a sense of entitlement and lack of boundary recognition, and is a little dictator who thrives on substances. My companion says what she heard is Doria intentionally introduced Harry to things like psychedelics, rendering him so dependent. Harry's wife just does simpler drugs like cocaine, marijuana, etc. Again, I leave it to you to evaluate the accuracy here. We know Harry has admitted to drug use, and other evidence indicates Doria has also, so it would hardly be startling if she persists and provides Harry a ready supply of certain mind-altering psychedelics and other intoxicants. This not only impacts Harry's daily capabilities, eroding his already limited ability to think clearly and remember. Under the influence and manipulation, his capacity to escape this situation is severely impaired. Furthermore, this creates more evidence to demonstrate he is an unfit person on separation, so ensuing legal proceedings around divorce and child custody can be used against him. It also exhibits the hypocrisy of Harry's wife posing as a good mother. If she is presently taking drugs, her mother's influence clearly has a detrimental impact on Prince Harry. Yet she does not care because she is a narcissist, driven like any narcissist to pursue prime aims. Again, she is oblivious to what is happening. She sees Harry as a problem, therefore adversely affects him. Also recall she will do this to curry favor with her daughter. She will see Prince Harry's usefulness has basically expired and her daughter is the one with money, power, influence. Similarly motivated, Doria is likely to ingratiate herself with her daughter, assist her daughter, portraying Prince Harry negatively to gain approval and access those things I mentioned. It creates an enormous mess for Harry. He is not very bright to begin with, assaulted by his own emotional thinking. And if this information is accurate, repeated drug use. He is pinned down, with Doria on the left, Harry's wife on the right. Stuck in between, he does not know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to check me out. I hope you found it fascinating and interesting. Please like, subscribe, and share to support more of this kind of content. I wish you a wonderful 2024 and may this new year bring you joy, success, and growth.